What is up, everybody? Good evening and welcome to Fowl Territory 367. I am your host, Gizzard Gary. It is Monday, a new week. It is July the 13th, 2026. So welcome one and all to, as Guns and Barbecue would say, whatever this is. So, yes, I stole that. So that's quite all right. So, let's see who we got out there first. We have, we'll file a claim. We got Two Live Moo out there. We got Dale Pogue out in the audience. We have Alaska One Andy. We have Pack Rats Attic in the audience. And J Delta 22NC is out there. We have Ms. Pack Rat. We have Fluffy 10mm Jeep Guy out there. We got Jacob S out there in the audience. Rich White out there and in here, hiding in the back. We got Dwayne 7834 out there. All right. So we've got a few in here. I don't know. I suppose Ron 2A Matters is getting done with his show or take everybody a while to get here. Or maybe they just aren't coming. It's all right with me. We got Denny's Plant-Based Journey out there. We also have Vulcan Rumble in the audience. And there is the aforementioned Ron 2A Matters. So they're starting to file in by and by. We got 15 people out there in the audience. All right, welcome one and all. So let's go ahead and bring in my panel for this evening. You may have heard of these guys before because they've been here a time or two. So my first panelist, he comes to us from the valleys of West Virginia. He is the host of This Week Unloaded on the Unloaded Media channel and still trying to get to 500 subs. Let's say hello to Rich White.
Yo.
The man of excitement. Man of excitement. We got Laughing Dog 22LR out there. All right. Hello, Boomstick. Okay. So my next panelist, he comes to us from the Keystone State. And he's just not.
Sorry, I'm contacting my attorneys. So I can't be bothered with switching avatars right now.
Okay, they can contact my attorneys. I'm with the firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. So they'll be responding.
Oh, that's ironic. My firm is Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
So anyway, this guy hosts a Thursday night live stream. It has a different title every week because he never knows what it's going to be. But it's always packed with excitement and everything else. The chat ruiner himself, he's got the belt to prove it. Welcome, Guns and Barbecue.
Good evening. Also, earlier you asked, what's up? Men who take Viagra and airplanes.
Okay, congratulations.
You're welcome.
Ron 2A Matter says, I'm up to 218 subs. Very good. Very good.
Here soon he's going to blow past Rich.
I know, right? Packrat says, I thought it would be the firm of Huey, Dewey, and Louie. No, that's the firm that Guns and Barbecue has retained. So
No, I told you. My firm is Dewey, Screw, and Howe.
Oh. No relation, I presume, to my firm. Okay.
I hope not. I'm going to say it seems like it would be a conflict of interest.
Does sound like a conflict of interest. So I'm going to adjust my lighting in here a little bit. It's a little harsh coming from this side of the room because I had my reading lamp on high. There we go. That's a little better. Packrat says, I'm up to 73 now. I believe I am at 4705 right now. So gaining about 1 or 2 subs a week usually. So anyway, well, what's going on, guys? What's in the news? What's going on in your lives? Tell us, give us some exciting news, would you?
Figured out how to bomb it down the fairway. Turns out I just need to drop my right foot back as if I was getting ready to be in my 3-point stance for football. Not sure why that is, but it's working, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay. Let's say hello to Stephen Sheets out there in the audience. We got 17 people watching. Want to remind everybody we do have a giveaway halfway through the show. To enter said giveaway, hashtag FT367 for a chance to win some stickers, a bumper sticker, perhaps a couple patches, and I'm going to throw in a flashlight tonight. So I am going to give away, let me make myself full screen so you can see. I've got a video on this. This is the Phoenix SW05R. SW05R-red. It's got a white light and a red light, USB rechargeable. Check out my video on that. So,
Roxanne had a red light.
Put it on now. Get me off of full screen because nobody wants to see that. Stephen Sheets says, Gizzard Gary, do you remember the time Rich White was a guest on my show? I do. I do remember that. I think he sang a song on your show, didn't he?
Devil Went Down to Georgia. That's
right. It's on the Rich White's Greatest Hits album. In fact, I think it's probably the only song on that album. Well, that Ice Ice Baby, of course, was on the flip side. But
that got him more subscribers than anything.
I know, right? If he would do that, yeah, he'd get copyright strikes and stuff. But man, people would definitely watch. So everybody's saying hello to 2 Live Moo out there. We have Kentucky Rimfire. Justin just jumped in. We got 19 people, almost up to 20. So far, 1 watching on Twitch right now. So thank you for my lone Twitch viewer out there. And I am also live on Rumble. So Jacob will want to know that so he can get his multiple entries in. I make fun of Jacob all the time. I should quit. I pick on Jacob a lot. He's not any worse than some of the other people I know who might enter more than once. Not mentioning any names or panelists or anything like that. So anyway, yeah, it's a new week with all kinds of new opportunities and stuff like that. And Rich told me in the pre-chat that he is watching something called the Home Run Derby.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going, Rich? Give us a play-by-play report on the home run.
They're in the semifinals right now.
Okay, who's winning?
Nobody.
Nobody? Oh, they're all tied? Wow.
They've only had one batter so far in the semifinal. He hit 4 on 10 attempts. I believe they only get 10 pitches in the semis.
So were you a home run hitter as a young person? Were you?
No.
Did you jack them out of the park?
No.
How about you, Guns and Barbecue? Did you go long?
I always go long.
In the right way.
Oh, you're talking about home runs. I'm sorry. So,
yes.
I've hit a lot of home runs in my day too, but I think you're talking about baseball. Anyways, with that being said,
struck out a time or two also.
Oh yeah, plenty of strikeouts. But I mean, that's what's going to happen when you're swinging for the fences, you know. And say you're out there hitting dingers and pitch missiles, and you can't help it. And say it's feast or famine. And say I don't know, I'm making this like a NASCAR interview, but I kind of like it, so that's what we're going to go over and rolling with here. So, anyways, like I hit a few home runs back in my day, and they were pretty epic. The only thing was, like, if I hit a home run, the thing was dead center every time. I'm not even joking. That thing went dead center every time. But people knew when that ball was going dead center, boom, Berger hit a home run.
Cool.
I like to say, Coca-Cola.
Did you have a signature home run trot or anything like that? Or
no, because I never knew that it had gone out. because I was a fast, slow kid. So when I got a hold of one, I was running for everything I had. Normally, I would get to be rounding second, and the shortstop would be like, "Dude, you stop running. It's out of here."
Yeah, mainly when I played Little League, I was a pitcher. The only home run I actually ever hit was an inside the park home run. I was not the fat, slow kid. I was the skinny, fast kid. So
I only had a
Never hit
few home runs.
I hit a triple once.
Oh, I hit
Yeah.
a lot of double swim.
Never hit a triple in my life. I'd have teammates that would come up to me and they'd be like, "Oh, if I would have hit that one, I would have had a triple. You only got a double." I'm like, "Well, that's great. Too bad you don't have the power to friggin' hit it to the fence like that." So you can talk all the crap that you want.
Danny said, "I used to be a hitter. At my age, I'd like to try it just a few times. I bet I'd get over the fence, but I might have my shoulders explode." Yeah, that's a problem. If I tried to swing like that, I'd probably be sore for a week afterwards. So,
Well, one of the issues, like when I played Little League, we didn't have anybody showing us proper batting technique. It was like, "Hey, get that elbow up, loose fingers, so the bat could bounce in your hand." That was about it. And now, like, there's so much batting technique stuff, and you don't hear anybody going, "Oh, make sure you get that back elbow up. Make sure." I mean, you're still told to have the bat loose in your hands and everything, not death gripping it, but like I've got slider just ripping the ball, and the only thing that I had to change with his swing, I was like, "Hey, you need to get your hands higher." I was like, when you look back to your hands, I was like, they should be at eye level, because he was having a real serious issue where he's holding them down this season down by his chest.
see,
But,
the
yeah,
kids nowadays, they get to start with T-ball, and then they have pitch ball where somebody's pitching them the ball and stuff like that. And we just started. You started Little League at what, 7, 8 years old? I think played all the way up to 12, and that's the only baseball we knew. So, and the coach of your team typically was somebody's dad or something like that. So they didn't really know the game.
That's the way it still is. If you play for the coach pitch league that I helped coach in this year, the other two coaches, one was a mom, which, whatever. If I had to guess, she probably played softball. Very competitive lady, which is fine. But also people need to remember, like, they're 7 and 8. You need to teach them the game. It's not about you being like, "Oh, we only lost one game this season." Who cares? Nobody in the world is ever going to be like, "Hey, remember when Jesse only lost one game that season when we were 7 and 8?" No, not going to happen. But what the kids will remember is if you sucked all the fun out of it and made it miserable, and so they just quit the game. I digress. So the one team that had a dad coaching, he's never played a sport in his life, he said. Like, and that's still what a lot of these teams are comprised of for coaches, is parents that are just like, "Well, they asked me to do it, so I did it," because nobody wants to volunteer.
That's good. Yeah, they won't volunteer. I coached my stepson's soccer team when he was in 6th grade because nobody else, they weren't going to get to have a team if I didn't do it. So
yeah, I
had never played competitive soccer in my life. I didn't even really know the rules of the game. We only played, like playground soccer and stuff like that in school. So never played in a real game, but I had to learn it real quick. Luckily, there's resources online where you can look that stuff up and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But we went undefeated that year, so hey, there's that. Hillbilly is out there. Also want to say hello to Block 9, and we have 25 people out in the audience. Don't forget, if you want to enter the swag giveaway, hashtag FT36767. That's right. So still 1 viewer on Twitch, 24 on YouTube. So, what else is going on? Oh, Alex Parlin just jumped in. Or he just entered his hashtag. He may have been here for a while, lurking. There's no rules against lurking. I do like it when you come in and say hi, but it's not required that you do so. As long as you watch, that's the important thing, because it's good for the algorithms, as they say. If you watch, and sometimes if you hit the like button, comment, they say, all works with that stuff. So we appreciate all the interactions with the channel out there. So, Rich, you just came off a show last night. What'd you talk about?
Stuff.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. You cover the same thing I'm covering now, stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We talked about Lindsey Graham dying, Mom Donnie getting caught trying to meet with the Iranians, and the Tyler Robinson hearing.
You should talk about all the people that we offended last night, Rich.
There's a few.
Meh.
While you do that, let's say hello to the Ozman. Ozzy Osbourne is out there barking at the moon as usual. Good evening, Ozzy. So, yeah. So, yeah, Rich tried not to offend too many people, but I think he did. Surprisingly, he was kind of easy on the Muslims last night. I think he offended everybody else, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We try not to offend people. Artec and Daughters is out there.
We do.
We try to on my show. We try to be nice and fair to everybody, don't we? Am I fuzzy or is it just me? I think I'm fuzzy. Let me look at my full screen. No, I'm not fuzzy. Maybe my glasses are dirty. I don't know. But nobody's really looking at me anyway. So, what you guys carrying tonight, Rich?
P365.
You can't show it on a screen. I'm just asking you to tell.
I know.
P365.
No stones if you don't.
Guns Barbecue.
What's up?
What you carrying? What you packing, man?
I don't have anything immediately on my person. However, directly behind me is a plethora of items for me to choose from if something were to happen. At which point, I'll just yell out to the intruder, "What do you want me to kill you with?" And I hope that they say something that I have. Pretty good likelihood that they will. And at that point, I will grant their wish. But closest thing to me right now, I would say, is a Ruger Blackhawk 44 Magnum.
That works. I have in my pocket the NAA Pug in 22 Magnum, and then to my right, within reach, is my Bodyguard 2.0. But I digress, because we have royalty out there in the chat, because Mr. Knives is out there with sexual chocolate. So good evening, Mr. Knives. Also, Ron Wayne with Mondays Suck. They kind of do. They kind of do.
Yeah.
We're trying to get started and everything, and I had a bunch of stuff I had to do today. It's laundry day for the Gizzard, so I spent half my day doing my laundry and stuff like that. So that was fun. Had to go grocery shopping. I slept until Well, I had my alarm set for 10 because I didn't get to bed till 3, and I overslept my alarm. Actually, woke up right about 11 o'clock, dude. So, yeah, I slept in. So, Vulcan Rumble says the day before Terrible Tuesday, the day the Microsoft Patches are out. Oh, no, I don't get those. For some reason, my MacBook Pro does not get the Microsoft updates. Maybe I need to call Microsoft about it. Steven Sheets says the picture of Guns and Barbecue reminds me of WWF. Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, kind of. He looks like he could get in the ring and go right now.
I
Looks
could.
more like a NWA guy with the southern look and the look of that belt.
I say it does look a lot more like the big old heavyweight championship.
But yeah, he actually won that belt. That is a legitimate picture. So,
It is.
So heck yeah. We got 29 people watching this mess. Still only one on Twitch, none on Rumble that I know of, unless it's just not telling me. And 28 on YouTube. Ron Wayne says, Cowboy Bam Bam Bigelow. Wow. I don't know if that's a
I'll take it.
compliment or not. Packrat says he looks like James Storm.
Nah, he doesn't have a beer or two.
He's got a beard?
I've got a beard.
Beer.
Oh,
B-E-A or B-E-E.
B-E-A-R?
Yeah. B-E-A-R. He doesn't have a bear with him.
So among the college degrees you have, spelling is not in there, right?
No.
Let's say hello to Blitz out there. Wow.
But in my defense, there was just a commercial on at the same time with a bear on the screen. So, yeah.
Also, Mike McClune has joined us. Yeah, we're starting to get all kinds of people in here. Awesome. So, anybody buy a new gun lately? Anybody buy an old gun lately?
nope.
Block 9 says you can get a beer at a bar. I don't know about that.
Mhm.
Mr. Nice says 38 Super shall rule them all. Yeah.
It's true.
Stephen Sheets says, this gives me an idea. Maybe I'll create a Western edition of WWF. There you go. You should do it.
There you go.
Packrat's adding says, Ms. Packrat said Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Agree, disagree? Dale Pogue says, my newest is a Henry 4570. Look at all these people with the new Henrys. Y'all are making me jealous. Somebody else we know that sometimes comes on this panel's got one coming, I believe, soon.
I would just like to point out that the bar that Rich was talking about last night that he likes to frequent, he could not only get a beer, he could also get a bear.
No, I do not go to that.
Or a twink.
Get whatever you want at Alice's restaurant. That's what they say. Ron Wayne says, nice choice, Dale. So, what kind of ammo you got loaded, Rich? Do you know?
Hornady, critical defense.
Mr. Bob Dabalina is out there. He says, accepting Alice. Yeah. Guns and Barbecue, you?
It doesn't matter. It all falls to ball. However, if I were to pick up something chambered in 5.56, it will be green tip.
That works. I thought I thought I had a box I could show you, but I don't see it right off the top of my head. So I'll just have to tell you, my Bodyguard 2.0 is loaded with Fort Scott munitions, 380 ACP, the good stuff. Made right here in Kansas, I must say. And I do not have any kind of affiliate relationship with Fort Scott, just good company. Stephen Sheets says, like, for example, for the mixed tag team, Becky Lynch and Stephen Sheets versus Tori Wilson and Guns and Barbecue.
Man. Steven's putting you with a retired.
Like, yeah, why do I get Tori Wilson? Let's say, if I had to choose anybody, I'd have to go with Rhea Ripley then.
Mr. Knives is taken off. Good night, Mr. Knives. Always good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Fluffy says, I'm picking up an Anderson Lower brand new, unopened for cheap on Wednesday from an estate sale. Nice. Nice acquisition. We still have 28 people out there. Let me see, he said. Let me see if I can. Ooh, what is this? This is an interesting article. Let's read it. I found something on Bearing Arms. Guess I better get on StreamYard so I can actually share it with you. So this article says, could a flock add-on be used to spy on gun owners? This is by Cam Edwards. A flock add-on. Whether we like it or not, and I'm squarely in the not camp, the increase in license plate readers, flock cameras, and even doorbell cameras has turned much of the United States into a surveillance state. There are ongoing questions and debates about the use of this technology and the guardrails that are needed to ensure our privacy, and with every new technological advance, the discussion becomes more important. Over at American Rifleman, Guy Soggy takes a look at a new software system called LSAG Signal Trace that's used in conjunction with flock cameras, and shares his concern about how the tech could be misused to monitor gun owners. And quoting the article now, he said, the Signal Trace webpage explains the system can detect cell phone manufacturer and make, audio system in the vehicle, smartwatches, wireless earbuds, and more. Tire pressure monitors, laptops, and iPads are also included as part of the electronic fingerprint. According to analysis by Tech Republic, this even includes those popular microchips used to reunite lost pets with their owner, along with RFID signals from tags used by many retailers for inventory convenience. Enough FFLs use such RFID technology that the National Shooting Sports Foundation published a best practices bulletin 5 years ago before Leonardo's introduction. The trade organization's advice is straightforward. Our position can be summarized simply as turn it off, take it off at the checkout counter. Failure to do so could mean that at the very least, that gun you're taking home from the store could be identified and included in your digital fingerprint. Consider inspecting the firearm and all packaging after making a purchase and before ever leaving the store to make sure you've removed all possible identifying information. Information collected by Signal Trace is transmitted into the cloud. There it undergoes AI analysis, and a digital fingerprint is assigned to that vehicle for law enforcement use. If a license plate or other identifying features are captured by flock, including bumper and window stickers, according to dflock.org, they are noted. Soggy notes that while law enforcement agencies around the country claim that flock data is destroyed after 30 days, the company behind Signal Trace says that all the data it collects may be uploaded to the EOC server and archived for future queries and analysis. So how much of a concern is Signal Trace? Well, if you inadvertently leave your local gun shop with an active RFID tag attached to the packaging on your new firearms, then you may very well be providing the authorities with a tool to track you. Honestly, though, I'm pretty sure that even without signal trace, a government that wanted to keep tabs on gun owners could do so simply by using license plate readers and flock cameras to follow your travels from your home to your local FFL. Signal trace is just an add-on to what is already a pretty creepy system. As Soggy says, everyone wants law enforcement to catch criminals fast and, just as importantly, the justice system to issue appropriate sentences. Most of us, though, want that within a system that recognizes our fundamental rights and adheres to the built-in limitations on government that are found in the Constitution. For that, we're going to need to continue to use our First Amendment rights to share our concerns and organize in opposition to systems that could easily be abused and misused to surveil Americans exercising their Second Amendment rights as we go about our daily routines. Okay. Any thoughts on that? This is all new to me. I think I've bored my panel to death.
No, I was thinking about this the whole time that you're reading it. I was just digesting the rest of it.
Okay.
So if anybody watched whatever Foss is calling his show on Sunday mornings now, is he still calling it the Mouse Party? I don't know.
Sunday morning mouse chat or something like that, I think.
Okay. So anyways, this past Sunday, something that was discussed was a Supreme Court decision that happened recently about things like this, where police had used geofencing to catch somebody that robbed a bank or something. And what they had done was get a hold of, I believe that it was Google. And they're like, hey, we need, every cell phone that was in this area from like 30 minutes prior and 30 minutes after. And it ran all the way up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court's like, yeah, no, you can't do that. That's an illegal search. Now, the idea that this information could still be banked somewhere and accessed with a warrant is slightly alarming. But,
yeah.
Unless you're going to be a hermit and not leave your home, I believe that's unfortunately the world we live in today. To take flock cameras out of it, you could be walking down the street and somebody could film you doing something, but you don't have a say in that.
Rich, any thoughts? Are you awake?
I don't know.
Let's see. Denny says, I expect the spy cam situation to get worse. They already have access to my phone, tablet, computer, vehicle, flock, and much more. Demolition Man monitoring? Not yet, but it's possible. Ron Wayne says, why is my pistol beeping? Oh no, that's bad. Now, real quick, we've got a question out in the audience from Alex Parlin. Is an H&K USP compact V3 in 9mm a good carry gun?
HK USP compact is a good pistol.
I'm going to say, I don't have any personal experience with it, but I haven't heard anything bad about it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get one, just haven't found one.
Well,
I have
H&K is a little too bougie for me. I can't afford stuff like that. So, Block 9 says, been looking at 30 Super Carry Shield Plus at under 3 at Grab-A-Gun with ammo half price at 17. I've got one. A lot of people laughed at it, but I have one. Blitz says Patriot Act was a huge mistake. Yeah, I do believe it was. Ron Wayne says you could put chips in bullets to track criminals after being shot. There's no end. There's no end to this mess. But I certainly hope it doesn't get that bad. So let's see.
It's looking like the home run derby final is going to be Jordan Walker versus Kyle Schwarber.
Schwarber's going to win it.
He was the favorite going in. So. Now we've got an article here from one of G-Web's favorite guys, Tom Knighton here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. And this is, let's understand what our founding fathers actually knew on guns. This could be interesting. I've spent a lot of time over the years illustrating how the founding fathers actually knew a lot more about what the future held for firearms development than anti-gunners want you to think. There were repeating arms at the time, after all, and some interesting technological strings that held a lot of promise. But today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to look at an op-ed that, to be frank, is more properly termed as an unhinged screed, and what the author says about guns and the founding fathers. Quoting from the article here, as Donald Trump's polls and popularity drop, as he is losing his MAGA base and a war he started in Iran, so he drops regulations on guns. Nothing says I love you like an AR-15. Bump stocks and rights for the mentally ill are in. To hell with gun control, it's full steam ahead. And don't go to Glenwood South in Raleigh at night without a flak jacket. The number of guns in America remains staggering. There are a reported 393 million civilian firearms in the United States, some 120.5 per 100 people. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry will have one or two or a cabinet full of weapons they call a, quote, collection, unquote. Collecting stamps is far less dangerous. Shootings and killings are part of the everyday affair. The founding fathers could not have envisioned the deadliness of modern weapons. The percussive effect of today's guns makes a hit even more dangerous. Torn skin, shredded muscles, broken bones, and nerve damage happen even if no one dies. Muskets and lead balls were what the founders knew. For all the originalists on the Supreme Court, interpretation of gun legislation is a no-brainer. Okay, that's the end of the article here. Now, Knighton goes on to write, I'm not really going to get into the misunderstandings about things like the new ATF rules regarding mental health and gun purchases, except to say that it's not remotely what she's suggesting here. And bump stocks were already legal, but as I said, it's more of an unhinged rant than an actual argument for the most part. But look at the claim of what the founding fathers knew. They knew muskets and lead balls. Well, to be certain, they knew that. They also knew heavy artillery, which was perfectly legal at the time. I know Joe Biden kept claiming that they weren't, but the claim was debunked even by some on the left. Considering he didn't know if he was wearing underwear at the time, it seems unwise to use him as a source on anything, especially when it's a documented fact that private parties could own artillery. Hell, they could put them on ships and get a letter of marque that would allow them to be privateers. In other words, it was legal for private citizens to own literal warships. You think an AR-15 can unleash carnage? Imagine what a coastal town being shelled is like. Nothing I have in my gun safe or can get by a local FFL holder is capable of that kind of firepower, and it was perfectly legal. In fact, it's still legal. You can own one of those exact same cannons, fully functional, and do so without any permits or even having to go through a licensed dealer. Even if the founding fathers couldn't envision repeating arms, despite the puckle gun existing, or the Giardoni air rifle that was capable of a fairly quick rate of fire, especially for those days, to claim they only knew muskets is a profoundly stupid thing to maintain. However, anti-gunners are perfectly content saying some really dumb things because they figure the mainstream media won't call them on it. They're right, which is why the mainstream media is such a massive issue. Thoughts on that? Denny said Walker just won it, by the way.
Yep, 12-11 in the final.
What was
So is he right about
the
the
point of this
founding
article?
fathers?
Just to,
What's that?
So what exactly was the point of this article? Just to be like, hey, look at this stupid thing that the lefties wrote, because
That's pretty
we know
much
they
it.
say this all the time, and I need to pander to a base.
Yeah, how many times do we got to say that the founders were well aware of repeating arms at the time when they were writing the Bill of Rights?
It's literally been asked and argued by the Supreme Court during oral arguments.
Yeah, this and if this were to come up in a trial, you would have the proper response being question asked and answered.
So basically, the article is much ado about nothing. Is your take on it?
I
Been
think
there, done that.
he has a number of articles that he has to write each month, and he's like, well, here's some crap.
Yeah, but this falls into the category of been there, done that.
So it's a softball, is what you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fair enough. We're talking about baseball. Might as well talk about softball, too. So still have 25 people out in the audience real quick if you want to enter tonight's giveaway. Hashtag FT367. Got 26 people watching and only 12 entries, so there's still time. Artak and Daughter says, I used to own an M175 millimeter pack gun from World War II. It was on my CNR FFL03, but the rounds was like $300 each DD fee. Wow. We have a member anniversary from one of our panelists. Guns and Barbecue has been a member for 37 months, and he says, I never do this, so I'm doing it now. Get bent, he says. All right. Well, you know what we got to do for that. All right. So we appreciate that out there. So yeah, it's about time you joined the fray. We got another one out there. Ron 2A Matters has been a member for 30 months. Very good. All right. So we got gongs going off, goats screaming, and everything else. People throwing their hashtags out there. And while you're doing that, I want to remind everybody that Gear Websites is your source for every Second Matters gun channels, gear, ammo ID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items, and every Friday is Free Patch Friday. So buy cool stuff at GearWebsites.com.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Hackrod's out there saying he hopes somebody carries the oral arguments when the assault weapon ban cases come up in the fall. Yeah, generally they don't do that. They don't let cameras and stuff into the Supreme Court.
So we got more member anniversaries out there. We have Ron Wayne, who has been a member for 34 months, and he's throwing in the bonsai.
Bonsai. Mrs. Wayne.
All right.
Bonsai.
Thank you. Thank you. Pet Rats Attic has been a member for 11 months. And not to be outdone, joining the party is Denny's Plant-Based Journey, who has been a member for 25 months. Joining the party, ring that bell. Well, a gong is kind of like a bell. Wow, that's a lot of screaming goats and stuff like that out there. So, yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on.
Look at that. I found a new way to ruin the show.
You didn't ruin it. You haven't ruined anything yet. It didn't have real high standards to start with. So.
Dadgummit.
It's kind of hard to ruin something that started out run. So that's kind of the way I try to set my theme anyway. Anyway, it's been a while since we've heard from this feller. So here we go.
Lizard Larry's got something for you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you. Large prostate won't slow him down, chasing grandmas all over town. Got a sidekick named George the Cat. Lizard Larry's got something for you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you.
All right. So we haven't heard from the lizard in a while, so it's always good to hear. And that, of course, is courtesy of my friend who doesn't like to be mentioned. So, of course, I'll mention his name, DM Foss, who created that. He is the artiste behind most of the videos that I play on here. So anyway, this is the StreamYard giveaway tool. As you can see, we have 17 entries. I'll give everybody another minute or two. Hashtag FT367. You can enter here on YouTube, or if you're watching on Twitch, you can enter there, or even on Rumble, if I've got anybody on Rumble. And it may not even be showing me Rumble for all I know. I do have one viewer out there on Twitch, so go ahead for the next minute or so. Let's see. Packrat asks, where is Calamity? I have not seen Calamity in quite a while. She may have forgot about me. I don't know. We've got 2A is blind out there. Gee, I don't know who that is. Wow. So, somebody's trying to type in the background. I think it's Rich, because he's got his hammer typewriter keyboard.
That and I've been muted.
Well, that always helps too. We got
Yeah, I'm not a Neanderthal like Rich.
We do have somebody on Rumble. It's Unloaded Media out there. We do. Rumble actually works. Now, it does not report it on StreamYard. That's weird. But I get the chat. That's all that really counts anyway. And then some Hoosier by the name of John Berger out there. I have no idea who that is. He sounds like a sandwich. But I don't believe he actually is. I've never eaten a John Burger. I don't ever want to eat a
I
John
hope not.
Burger. Doesn't sound good to me. Not my kind of thing. We get 20 people in the giveaway. Is that enough? What do you guys think? Should we wait or should we do it?
It says 21.
21? Oh, gosh.
Oh, it's old enough to
Wow.
drink now. Do it.
Okay. Burger says do it. So let's do the drum roll here. All right, we got to 22 right before I hit the button. So good luck, everybody who entered the giveaway. You do have to be present to win. So it looks like Block 9 is the winner. Block 9. Are you still out there in the chat? Block 9.
Yep, there he is.
There he is. Block 9, congratulations. Now, I can't remember whether I have your address or not. Just to be sure, would you please send me an email at winner@gizzardgary.com, WINNER@gizzardgary.com. Include your name and mailing address, and I will get that to you right away. And congratulations. We've got if not a first-time winner, something in the back of my head tells me he's won before. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely not in a long time. So, all right. Very cool. So now we can get rid of this giveaway tool because we have a winner tonight. So it's time to move on to a different part of our show where we'll do something else. So let's leave the solar system and look at this. All right. It is time for Show Us Your GORN. If you're new here, this is where you send in pictures or memes or whatever fun stuff that you'd like me to put on the screen. Of course, I make sure that it's suitable for my esteemed audience out there. But send those to GORN, GORN, @gizzardgary.com, or you can join my free Discord server, and you can put them in the GORN channel right there for free. So let's take a look because I know we've got some stuff out here. So got a couple things that were sent to us the last few days. What in the world just happened? Hold on. Something didn't go right there. Oh, that's a link? Perhaps I should show the email instead because it is not letting me open the picture, so I'll put the email on the screen. This is from Pat Grad a couple of days ago. And he said, guess who? Does that look like anybody we know? I don't know who it's supposed to be. He didn't say. Maybe he'll tell us out there in the text. It could be Guns and Barbecue, but it's got way too much hair.
I was going to say the same thing when I was going to say snob, but I was like, no, too much hair. Plus, in addition to having too much hair, I'm not blonde, even if I had hair.
Is it blonde or is it green? I can't really tell.
I've got it blown up on my desktop. I would say blonde.
Stephen Sheets said he sent something to my Gmail, so we'll look at that here in a minute.
There should be.
Packrat says, give you a hint, WWE.
Definitely ain't Hornswoggle if that's who he's going for.
Two Live Moose says, is he 3 feet tall? I'd say maybe a little taller than 3 feet.
I am very intrigued.
Yeah, we'll see what. Because you guys can't come up with the answer. I certainly don't know. Packrat says, yes, Moo, and in real life.
Does
3 feet
Hornswoggle?
tall? You know, you got me on this one.
If that's supposed to be Hornswoggle, it doesn't look like him.
And Hornswoggle had dark hair
Well, he died.
and a patchy beard.
So I'm waiting to see if we're going to get an answer out there. Rather interesting looking gentleman. I guess it's a gentleman. Hopefully not a lady. He said, yes, Hornswoggle. You guys guessed it. Accidentally, but you did. Very good. All right. So there's that one. And then, oh, he said only a true WWE fan knows this one. There you go. Okay. Well, you guys passed the test. So that works. Okay. So, and yes, he had dark hair. Now we've got something that came in today from 2 Live Moo. New purchase, he says. Let's take a look at this. New purchase. Flies be dying. He's got, is that a gold bug assault?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And he's
That's
got it in a
cool.
vise. What do I even want to know why you have it in the vise?
Maybe to take the picture. I don't know. Now, I have one like that, but mine's certainly not gold. Mine's all black. But yes, they will kill flies. Moose says, it's gold. Well, I'd be darn proud of that, too. That's interesting. It's firearm related, kind of. If you're a gun guy and you like killing flies, you cannot go wrong with a bug assault. You will love it. Trust me. You get to do target practice right in your own home and kill the flies in your house at the same time. And unless you shoot it in somebody's eyes, you're not going to hurt anybody with it. So it just shoots out table salt. Yeah, don't shoot it at a wall because that stuff will bounce out and it will get in your eyes. Moose says, I'll try to make up for that with my next GORN pick, Gizzard Gary. Oh, okay. That's right, because he does have another one that he sent soon after that. So let's take a look at this. This kind of pretty. And this one says 45 cal flintlock tower pistol. I built this with my dad 44 years ago. That's pretty cool. What do you guys think?
Should have
That's
built
pretty sweet.
Should have what, Rich?
Built 2 of them.
What, to duel with his father? That's kind of...
No, a pistol like that, you carried more than one.
Not if you're a good shot.
No, that's the problem. It's only got one shot. If you come across 2 guys, you're
not supposed to miss. That's kind of the way that...
You can only get one. You can't get both.
Stephen Sheets says that gun used for pirates.
Oh,
We
he said
built
they
3
built
of them. Yeah. Okay, cool. Have you shot them recently? That would be kind of cool. Should do a video on it. Should definitely. We need Moo to do some videos. He's got some cool stuff. Okay. So we've got this from Stephen Sheets. He's going to get into the GORN fray. All right. And I think you might even like this. It says, mixed tag team matchup next. Becky Lynch and Stephen Sheets versus Guns and Barbecue and Tori Wilson. There you go. Pictures and everything. Even Stephen Sheets is using the AI. Nice. He says, I made this mixed tag team picture myself, WWE SmackDown style. I like Guns and Barbecue. I like the suit on Guns and Barbecue. That is excellent. Steven looks like he's ready for bear there, man. Mm-hmm. He brought a gun to a gunfight. All right. Okay. So let's see. Got one more out here. This is for, oh yeah. I forgot we do need to mention this. Yeah, thanks for saying. I forgot all about it. If you're old enough to remember, which most of us out here will, we had a recent passing, R.I.P. Randolph Mantooth. who played the firefighter paramedic Johnny Gage on Emergency, died at 80 years old recently. I didn't realize he was still alive, but gosh, I used to watch the hell out of that show back in the day.
Amy watches it on reruns sometimes.
I think I've seen them all. Everybody my age remembers Squad 51.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I had the Matchbox car. The rescue truck.
They'd get out in the field, they'd call back to Rampart, talk to the nurse. Yep. Yeah. He was, Gage was the cool one. DeSoto was kind of boring, but Gage was cool. So far, that's all we've got in the email. So let me go check my Discord server real quick. How about that? There's something new in the Discord server. Wow. Actually, there's a couple things. Now, we mentioned this on Foss's show on Sunday. We haven't mentioned it here on this show, and he put this in. So this is something. Whoops, I just turned my camera off by accident because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Ain't that pretty? Speaking of Henry's.
Really hope Snob's out there.
Of course, he's got that decked out with a custom scope and a rest on the stock, the chin rest. Very nice. I thought he did an excellent job on it. I love the gold accents on here and everything. Very classy looking.
Yep. But Snob can't say anything about people putting optics on lever actions anymore because he done went and did it.
That's right. It's your gun. You do whatever you want to it. I happen to think that is super cool personally. So thanks to him for that. And then Justin Grimm put this in yesterday. What happened to my screen? Anyway, take a look at it. A dual hexagon shotgun because there might be 16 enemies. So you talk about having more than one gun. If you got these, you don't need more than one gun.
That's going to be awfully heavy.
Oh, and Packrat reminded me he had another picture on his email that I neglected to show. So, hold on. Let me put this on the screen. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me turn my banner off so you can see here. Class Act, LA County, Godspeed, Johnny. LA County Fire Department, final dispatch for Johnny Gage. Final dispatch, end of watch. LA County Fire Dispatch. Dispatcher of Squad 51. Firefighter Paramedic John Roderick Johnny Gage. Pause for radio silence. Dispatcher to Squad 51. Johnny Gage. Attention all Los Angeles County stations and units operating on this frequency. This is the final dispatch for firefighter paramedic John Roderick Johnny Gage, badge 51. After decades of dedicated pioneering service to the citizens of Los Angeles County, helping to pave the way for the modern paramedic program, Johnny has completed his final shift. Firefighter paramedic Johnny Gage, your dedication, bravery, and spirit will never be forgotten. We thank you for your service, brother. You are cleared from the scene. We have the watch from here. Squad 51 out of service. End of watch July 9, 2026. KMG 365. Rest in peace, Johnny. Gone from our sight, but never from our hearts. Yeah, that's very, very touching tribute there. I really do like that. People forget that prior to emergency, that most cities didn't have rescue teams or paramedic programs, but following the popularity of that show, it became a common thing. Just about every city, including even ours, has them now. So
Yeah, that show was a dramatization of LA County's implementation of one.
yeah, I believe the LA Fire Department was 100% involved.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the
Just like
production of
with
that program.
Dragnet, that had the LA PD involved. And I believe it was produced by the same production company as Dragnet and Adams.
I believe so. R.A. Senator and Jack Webb and that whole bunch,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep, I believe that was the same company. And just like with Dragnet, the badges that the firefighters wore in that show were actual LA County badges.
Mr. Bob says he was mentioned in Tube's song, What Do You Want From Life? The list included a personally autographed picture of Randy Mantooth. Ah, very cool. Chessboard is out there. Hello, Gizzard Gary and Chet dropped in to say hello. Still in process of learning to walk again. Well, I'm glad to see you're up and around and with us. Godspeed to your recovery and everything. Always good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Stephen Sheets, referring to his picture. What do you think? That's right. I'm using AI to change pictures, and I may look a lot like Wyatt Earp. A little bit.
It's a good thing I'm Doc Holliday.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's see. Let me check one last time. I do not believe I have any more GORN. You can still send it in if you want to. GORN at gizzardgary.com. GORN at gizzardgary.com. So
Wyatt Earp was anti-gun.
Why what?
Said Wyatt Earp was anti-gun.
Why who was anti-gun?
Wyatt Earp.
Oh.
If you think about why the shit at the OK Corral happened, they were
I see
trying
what you're
to
saying, yes.
limit firearms within city limits, which laws like that are being used today in anti-gun arguments in federal court and even SCOTUS arguments as to justification for text and history.
From what I understand, that didn't happen just in Tombstone. That happened in a
No,
lot of
there
places.
Exactly. I mean, it was a lot of places.
Yeah.
That's why anti-gunners try and say, "Oh, it's not 1791 that we have to look at. We also have to look at Reconstruction and blah blah blah." And it's like, no. 1791, when the Second Amendment was adopted.
So Fluffy says Sam Neill passed too from Jurassic Park. I didn't know that one. Okay,
No,
and we
I
just
didn't
got some new GORN in, so the new Altor 2 from Ron Wayne. This is interesting, but I can definitely see interesting styling on the new Altor 2.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a glue gun with a forward grip and a small scope. Wow. Definitely be accurate. It's going to be a hot item. That's for sure. Now, this is a gun company I hadn't heard of before. It looks to be from Milwaukee. So they're going to make guns. Okay. Cool. But the good news is it shoots glue, so it's totally legal. Larger, more controllable trigger, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Looks like the trigger in that double-barreled .22 revolver.
Oh, the Thunderstruck, is that the one you're thinking
Something
of?
like that,
Yeah. Double barrel 22 Magnum a 6-round cylinder, but it would shoot 2 rounds at once. So
had to use
Pack
2
rat.
fingers to pull the trigger.
Pack rat says they repealed that law around 1900. Okay, so we have another picture from Ron Wayne, and he says not sure about this. So I don't know what he's not sure of, but let's show his picture. He's not sure about it anyway, Ron Wayne says.
That barrel doesn't look like it lines up with the receiver.
It does not. No. Now that I look at it closely, it's like, how does that operate exactly?
The gas tube is where the barrel should be.
Yeah, I have my doubts about that thing cycling properly. He says, kind of gives me a headache. Where'd you get that, Ron? If I may ask. Pack Rat says about the Altor 2.0 short range. Yeah, definitely. Very short, within inches or so. Looks like a Kyver, Pack Rat says. It looks different. It looks like something made by Chiappa. And Halley downtown, he said. Oh, boy. Wow. All right. Mr. Bob says the Bill of Rights is a contract between the government and the people that was agreed to fully in 1791. Therefore, conditions at the time of the agreement are used to interpret meaning. Ron says, nah, picked from the net. That was definitely interesting. Two Life Moose contradicting me. He says, the stupid Thunderstruck revolver holds 8 rounds, Gizzard Gary. I stand corrected. Gizzard was wrong. Oh, no.
Packrat said that looks like a Kyber Pass special. No, Kyber Pass specials actually work. They're scary as hell to look at. I wouldn't want to have to use one, but they tend to work. That one, that ain't going to work.
I never shot the Thunderstruck revolver. I did have a gun shop that was really trying hard to sell this to me. They even put the price down a little bit, but it had this really funky trigger that you had to have 2 fingers on to pull, and oh my God, it was one heck of a trigger pull. And I just didn't like it. And everybody I saw the reviews and everything, nobody that I know that shot it was really a big fan of it. So it's like, no, not unless you're going to sell it to me for under $100.
I don't think Such gave that a good review.
I mean, it'd be cool to have just as kind of a, something fun to talk about and stuff. I wouldn't mind having an outdoor either as far as that goes, just a conversation piece and stuff like that. But yeah. Now, Pack Rat's Addict said they just released a Thunderstruck 2.0. Really?
Yeah, they redid the trigger and stuff on it.
Let's see if I can find. What?
Remember, right, they gave it more of a conventional trigger.
Oh. Okay, so it's called the S333 Thunderstruck Gen 2 22 WMR double barrel revolver. Here's a picture. I'll put a picture of it. I don't know if I want to put the screen before that on there because it had the MSRP, but there's what it looks an awful lot like.
They still
I don't see it.
Stupid trigger.
Doesn't look that much different to me. Wonder what's changed on it.
I don't know. Somebody was saying that they made the trigger pull easier. I don't know.
Well, maybe it is a little smoother. But the thing is, you had to have that trigger all the way back to the grip before it would break. And then you'd have two fingers, because I couldn't pull it. We tried pulling it with one finger. You couldn't do it. You had to have two fingers on it.
Did the original have the trigger safety?
No, it did not. As a matter of fact, it was just the double curve. I don't remember it having a trigger safety. Yeah, that's different. But basically, you're pulling back with two fingers, which essentially means you're only holding onto this grip with the bottom two fingers, which one of them is probably going to be off the end of the grip. So you're holding on with one finger when that trigger breaks. And yeah, other than that, I don't see a whole lot of difference. Interesting. I'm still not buying one. How about that?
No,
It is an 8-shot. Moo's keeping me honest. Which you should keep me honest. If you catch me in an error, by all means, you should definitely call me on it. Groove sights, not very great ones. Is that a red dot on that front sight? They're only about 2 inches apart from each other, so I'm not real sure what the point of it is. Okie doke. But yeah, if you want to check it out, go to your nearest gun dealer and see the S333 Thunderstruck Gen 2. Let's see if it tells me anything about it. It also features an articulated safety integral into the trigger and requires a deliberate and full pull of the trigger before the transfer bar will clear from the firing pins and hammers. It is, they say it is the safest personal protection firearm available. Your mileage may vary on this. As far as I'm concerned, the jury will still be out if anybody's going to buy that or not. Would you buy one?
Nope.
Anybody out there in the audience, is that something you would buy or even contemplate? Let me know.
That thing is going to be a pain in the ass to find a holster for.
Yeah. Good luck.
Uh-huh.
But so it doesn't need to be in a holster. There's no way you can accidentally fire a bull.
Bulldog holster will fit anything. Come on.
Put it in Uncle Mike's. I don't believe my audience. I'm not going to speak for everybody out there. I don't think people are going to run to the nearest LGS to see if they've got, if you could find one. In all my time, I've only saw one at a gun shop ever. And as far as I know, they never sold it. If they did, I'm sure they gave it away.
Yeah, I think it was TFB did a interview with them at SHOT, and they said that they lightened the trigger pull, which is why they added the trigger safety.
Packrat says not just no, but heck no. Packrat says it has to be better than an Altor. Barely. Two Life Moose says, I want an Altor, Thunderstruck, and a Remington R51 because they're stupid.
Well, the Remington R51 wasn't necessarily stupid. It was just extremely poorly made.
It was, from all accounts, just a horribly finicky pistol. I never saw anybody that reviewed it could get it to shoot.
Yeah. If it would have been well made, that, you know, might have been a different story. Thing was just junk.
Ron Tue Matter says no. Alex Parlin says no. Okay, and we do have another GORN that just came in from Ron Wayne. I like this. It's the new, is that a Luger or a Gluger? I think it's a Gluger or Googer. I'm not sure which. I think it's a Gluger.
Toggle Glock. Somebody
like
was
the upper part of a Luger on a Glock frame. Interesting. Glock perfection. Don't put it past him. Gluger, he says. I like it. I like it. I appreciate that.
Plenty of Nazis were Austrian.
including Hitler.
I can not see anybody buying this pistol. How about that? I know that was horrible.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Packrat says they even made an Altor in 7.62 by 39. Sadly, it's out of production, I believe, now. Ron Wayne says, why not, right? Well, why not? At least it'd be something new from Glock that actually is new. Packrat's Addict says Demo Ranch had one in 223 and 7.62 by 39. Boy, I missed out on some of the videos then. I was only aware of the two initial calibers, which were 9mm, and they had one in 380, although I never actually saw one in 380.
I never personally saw one in 9mm.
I've actually shot the 9mm version. A friend may or may not have loaned me his, and I may or may not have shot it and brought it back to him. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I was not impressed. So
you didn't shoot it at shot?
I don't remember him having it at the range day. I saw the pistol at shot in the new product display, but I don't believe they were at the range. You have to pay extra to get it range day.
Mm-hmm.
And they were selling these things for $99, so.
Yeah.
And I didn't get offered a free one, unlike one of my friends who did not pay for his, as far as I know. I haven't seen him out here tonight. He says, hell, I wouldn't have paid for it, but if they were going to give it to me, I thought, what the hell, I'll try it. As far as I know, he still has it.
Yeah, if you can give me one, I'll take it, but I ain't paying for it.
I would almost give him that for it now because it's a collector's item. Two Live Moose says, I also want a Hilzer double tap.
Which one?
Hilzer double tap.
Yeah, it's basically a Derringer type firearm.
Have I seen this? Hilzer. Okay. Oh, yes. I saw this ugly thing before. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Packrat says I wouldn't give 99 cents for it. Wow. That's harsh. But there is it's Heiser, Heiz, Heiser Defense double tap. I don't think we can get any closer than that on that picture. But it's about as ergonomic as it looks. It's flat. The world's smallest and lightest 45 ACP concealed carry pistol. The 2 rounds stored in the chamber are ideal for close quarter self-defense, allowing for 2 rapid fire shots. The double tap is available in 45 ACP and 9mm with a width just over half an inch and weighing less than a pound. Carrying this in the pocket isn't out of the question.
Moose says the stupider the better. Well, you should get the pocket AK then.
There you go. There's a little bit more detailed. I guess they had it in white for you Apple fans. See, they got it with an iPhone and an iPad. You get a white one.
It's camouflage for that table.
It's available in titanium or aluminum. A little bit heavier on the titanium. Front and rear low profile, no snag sights. Melanite finish on stainless steel barrel assemblies. Rockwell 65. Wow. Yeah. What they're wanting for it, there's like, nah, ain't happening, folks. Sorry. So, let's see. Local guy just sold one for $1K. I was wanting it. Wow. Packrat wants a Cop 357.
Yeah, that's what Moo's talking about, was the Cop 357.
Oh, that one. Okay, that might be worth $1,000. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Moose says, I'll add the Lifeguard 22 mag to my list. That I have.
I'm telling you, man, you need the Pocket AK, Moo.
Is that like the Pocket Fisherman? Is it a
it's
Popeel product?
It's a little Derringer to fire 7.62 by 39.
Gimmick guns, we call it, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Show us your gimmick guns. Send me the bronze one, Gizzard Gary. Yeah, get right on that.
Oh, it's made by Heiser, too.
that would be a violation of the law. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So
Heiser PAK Pocket 7.62 by 39 millimeter AK pistol.
everybody should have one. Heck yeah. All right, folks, it's getting to be about that time. So we're going to go ahead and put up the last banner on the screen, and we're going to play What Did You Learn? So I'm going to ask my two panelists what they learned during tonight's show, and then I'm going to let them plug their channels or any other channels, and we'll get out of here. So, Rich, what did you learn?
That Moo likes goofy guns. And share my screen, please. That's the Heiser Pocket AK.
Wow. Yeah, it's just as pretty. All righty. So what have you got coming up on your channel?
We do this show called This Week on London. I can't talk.
Is that what it's called? How do you
Yeah,
spell
it
that?
is now, apparently. We do this show called This Week Unloaded on the Unloaded Media channel, Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. And we talk about all kinds of stuff, and you never know what, because half the time I don't know.
All righty. Thank you for being here. Vulcan Rumble says, I'm going to plug John Crump News. All righty. Go right ahead. Packrat shared a link for his channel. So, Guns and Barbecue, what did you learn?
I learned that here soon, Ron Two-Way Matters and Packrat's Addict will both have more subs than Rich White.
Yeah, they're working on it.
They are. They're getting close.
Yeah, so I'm glad you learned that. So what have you got coming up on your fine channel?
We'll do a show on Thursday, I guess. If you guys want to. I don't want to. But I guess we will. I got to keep Justin Grimm from having a life.
That's true.
Yep.
All righty. Thank you for being here. Two Live Moose says, I also want one of those double barrel black powder pistols. You want everything, man. I tell you what. In 12 gauge. Wow. All right. You do you, man. That's all I got to say on that one. So, Packrat says, hey, guys, I should have something out tomorrow. Got new in the mail. Ron Wayne says, one more photo. It just came in. Wow. Oh. Yeah, I hate to end the show on this because he says this is sadness. And it truly is sadness. So let's take a look.
Uh-oh.
That's sadness.
Oof.
Hate seeing stuff like that.
But is it a tumbleweed?
It's a stack of guns from a buyback, looks like, in the middle of a parking
Oh, my
lot
God.
somewhere.
Why would you send in such a thing?
Lots
I
of
know,
ropes
right?
in that pile, too.
Ron says, how many can you ID? Well, I'm not good like these guys. Zoom in a little bit. I know that's cheating, but hey, what? It's my show.
If you held up a mirror far enough from me, I wouldn't be able to ID myself.
You'd be crying.
Look who's crying now.
Wow. What is this random car? Oh, that must be in the background.
It's at a junkyard.
It's at a junkyard, evidently. 303 British 2 Live Moose says. Ron says that K98 up front is heart-wrenching. It's all heart-wrenching. Oh, man.
Looks like some kind of AK there.
Sadness. R.I.P. to the lost firearms there. All right. So, with that, we come to the end of the show. I'd like to thank my panelists, Rich White and Guns and Barbecue, for being here and helping me out. Thanks to everybody out there in the audience for contributing to the chat, and those of you who sent in GORN, I appreciate that. Ron says, stupid people. Packrat says, I see some collection items. Yeah, somebody collected them all right. But we digress. Thanks to everybody for watching out there also on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Rumble. Hopefully I had somebody watching on Rumble. Packrat says, I saw an M70 Sadri, or whatever you call it. I don't know.
One of the shows last week, we talked about why milsurps are going up in price. That pile of rifles right there is why.
Safari, he meant to type. Okay. So a lot of people saying their good nights out there. I would like to thank all of my YouTube channel supporters. They are being listed at the bottom of the screen and in the end credits. Those are the people who financially support the channel and help me to do what I do. I appreciate it. For you channel members, we'll be back Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Central with a members only chat, and we give away one of the pocket knives I review every week. You can become a channel member for just $1.99 a month. We do 4 shows a month, 4 knives given away. Pretty good odds there. So if you'd like, consider being a channel member like these people down at the bottom of the screen. Anyway, we will be back Monday night, next Monday, for Fowl Territory, always 9:00 p.m. Central. So we appreciate you watching. If you're watching in replay, thank you for doing that too, especially if you watch this late because you're desperate or you fell asleep to the show on one or the other. But anyway, thank you for being here as always, and we'll see you next week. And always remember that if anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, give them the bird. This is Gizzard Gary. We're all going to say good night, and then we're going to get out of here.
Good night.
Go pound sand.
And give them the bird.